We're about to watch some TikToks today. Hope you enjoy these TikToks because they're supposed to be scary, but I don't get scared too easily, so we shall see. Anyways, let's get right into this action.
This video was posted anonymously on the dark web. This individual made a regrettable decision to explore an old, abandoned cinema. However, his intrusion into this cursed place triggered a series of sinister events. As soon as he stepped inside, he was assailed by mysterious voices that seemed to emanate from the surrounding darkness. These voices, indecipherable and disturbing, began to echo in his ears, sowing confusion and terror in his mind. The atmosphere quickly took on an eerie quality, and the feeling of being watched intensified as the whispers became more insistent.
And that's when my ass would have been walking out.
Panic gripped him, his breathing quickening as the voices seemed to draw closer, creating an oppressive sense of invisible opposition.
You see that?
His desire to flee this dark presence was immediate, and he rushed outside, desperate to escape this terrifying experience.
It's in like a big-ass empty theater. Oh, hell no. Yeah, it's got chills. It's got goosebumps. For starters, why was he in a big empty theater all by himself? That was the question. And then he just pulls out his camera and starts filming. No, the first thing you should have done after all that is started walking out, my friend. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, what are these people waiting for? You hoping to get the biggest ghost phenomenon caught on camera before you die or after you die?
Never do this. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. This guy wanted to see what would happen if he said Bloody Mary 3 times in front of his mirror. But he's going to regret it very quickly.
What the hell was that?
You not to watch the rest. It's not for the faint-hearted.
Really now? Wow, this video isn't staged. Got all these different camera angles and everything. There's something about to pop out. Oh hell no. You see her standing behind that mirror? Now that was creepy as hell. Oh, weird. I would have just took the door like straight up. I would have just turned around and took the door and whoosh, slammed it like right on her, because you know I'm not gonna sit there and just stare at her.
You probably didn't know about the burnt man who haunts the Ojai Valley for decades. It all began with a devastating fire that tore through Ojai in the late 1940s. Amidst the ashes and charred remains, firefighters stumbled upon a grisly scene. A father and son, severely burned from the blaze, lay beside each other. The son, driven mad from pain and grief, had flayed the skin of his deceased father. When approached, he fled into the woods, never to be seen again. Over the years, numerous travelers and locals alike have reported encounters with the Charman. They describe a man, skin-charred and hanging in tatters, emerging from the woods, usually near the site of the original fire. To this day, the bridge near Camp Comfort County Park in Ojai is considered Charman Bridge.
Where the hell is Ojai?
Some even claim to have heard his agonizing screams echoing in the night.
Do you guys know where Ojai is? I've never heard of Ojai. Like, if you guys know where Ojai is, let me know down in the comments, because I've never heard of that place. I don't know. Sounds like a made-up place to me.
Have you ever heard the strange story of Carolina Olsen, the girl who slept for 32 years straight?
Damn!
It all started in 1876 when Carolina was
she
just
in a
14
coma?
years old. One day, she came home from school complaining of a toothache. Her mother gave her some medicine, but the pain only got worse. Eventually, Carolina fell asleep, and she never woke up for 32 years. Doctors were baffled by Carolina's condition. They tried everything they could to wake her up, but nothing worked. She was in a deep coma, but her vital signs were all normal. She even grew hair and nails, and she gained some weight over the years. Finally, in 1908, Carolina woke up just as mysteriously as she had fallen asleep. She was 46 years old, but she had no memory of the past 32 years. She didn't even recognize her own brothers. To this day, no one knows why Carolina slept for so long or how she was able to survive. Why do you think Carolina slept for so long?
I don't know. Why do you guys think Carolina slept for so long? It's a mystery unsolved. 32 years to be in a coma. Just imagine being in a coma and waking up 32 years later. Like, that had to be wild. Being in a coma. What's the record? You know, what's the record, I wonder, for the longest amount of time someone's been in a coma? Because 32 years has to be up there.
He was wandering around a cave when all of a sudden, this thing is an alleged skinwalker. And most of the time, the skinwalker takes the form of an animal, as in this video here.
Oh.
For example, he took the form of a dog.
Let me see. I'll know if she's my dog. Merlin, sit.
Alright, that's a little weird.
Turn around. Turn around. Lay down. You're not my dog. My dog don't know how to do no fucking trick. The fuck?
Oh, that poor dog.
Call 911.
Fortunately, the woman knows her dog well and didn't make the mistake. So you're probably saying, where do these guys come from? They're from Navajo culture, and basically they're
They look like a normal dog,
the form
though.
of human beings or animals in order to deceive us. Capable of taking on the form of human beings or animals in order to deceive us, as in this video, for example.
What's going on here? So dark. What? What was that? Okay, what are we looking at? Trees? Okay, what the hell was that? We had like skinny man crawling in the backyard, and all of a sudden we hear this noise that sounds like a
This child is about to see something paranormal, and it will frighten them terribly.
Damn.
He is going to see something quite disturbing in his room because, in reality, there was no one there.
What you doing?
Can children perceive things that we cannot see?
What?
Little man's trying to tell his mama.
Who you saying hi to?
Oh, he's waving to him.
I'll show you the rest of the video right away, but please note that I can only protect my subscribers who
Oh,
share,
come on
comment,
now.
and watch the video until the end. Did you know that if you click on share and then on WhatsApp, the third person who appears is afraid of you?
Really?
The car is going to move on its own even though no one is inside.
Really, bro? Oh, man.
The child is convinced that their imaginary friend is in the ceiling vent, which terrifies the mother because the child often plays just below it.
Oh, hell no.
Jagger, there's no...
Out of all the vents this ghost could be in the house, this ghost chooses the bathroom. Was the ghost a peeping Tom or something? Like, what's going on here? You know? Yeah, that was a little weird. We already know children can see paranormal activity, apparently. That's what they say, right? That was a little weird. The boy sitting there looking into a dark room, waving at nobody. You know, his mom was brave for just walking right up in there, though. She was like, "What's good?"
This man killed his entire family when he was younger, and now he's a college professor. On August 4th, 1967, 15-year-old James Gordon Walcott grabbed a .22 long barrel rifle and killed his father, mother, and 17-year-old sister in cold blood.
Damn.
When asked what drove him to pull the trigger, Walcott told the investigators that he hated his family. The teenager claimed he was tired of his mother's loud chewing, his sister's bad accent, and his father's disapproval of Walcott's anti-war views. The 15-year-old felt as though his family was conniving against
all
him
at
to drive him out of his
15.
mind. At the end of the 6-month trial, the jury acquitted Walcott by reason of insanity, And he was admitted into Rusk State Hospital on February 2nd, 1968, where he spent 6 years.
Damn.
2 years after his release from the hospital, James Walcott legally changed his name and vanished. Nearly 40 years later, James Walcott resurfaced as an award-winning professor of psychology.
Wow.
In 1976, after changing his name to James St. James, the teenager went on to earn a PhD in psychology and joined the Millikan University in Illinois. Described as an older hippie by his colleagues, St. James has now been teaching at Millikan for over 30 years and won the college's Teaching Excellence and Leadership Award in 1997. Soon after, Dr. St. James was offered the position of chairman at the Department of Behavioral Sciences. After learning about the professor's dark past, the local officials, including the mayor of Decatur, were calling for his removal, but still, the university stood by St. James's side and refused to let him go.
What?
To this day, Dr. James St. James remains the chair of Millikan's Behavioral Science Department,
Wow,
and
yo.
his experimental psychology
That's
classes
crazy.
continue to receive positive reactions on social media.
I don't know how I feel about that one, you know? I mean, the guy murdered his whole family. I don't know if I'd want to be in a classroom with the man.
Bigfoot is alive, or so they say. On October 8th of 2023, Shannon Parker and her husband Stetson were on the narrow gauge train ride from Silverton, Colorado to Durango. During the ride, she asked her husband to help her find elk in the mountains for a picture when they captured this.
Massive creature. Like, just squatted down.
Bigfoot's taking a shit. I can't even see him now. That's crazy.
What looks like a hairy humanoid creature, or better known as the mythical creature Sasquatch, can be seen walking by, then crouching as if it's camouflaging. Could this actually be the real deal? Or is it just an elaborate ruse with a Bigfoot
Yeah, I don't think
suit?
it's the real deal.
To the video evidence,
but
the couple believes that.
Casa amigo, what are you doing? Don't lift that shit up. Oh, what the fuck was that? That thing was uglier than peanut butter on a stick. He took a broom, lifted it up, sitting there like, oh, there's this up here. And his friend's sitting there recording it. He already knows something's up there. How did it get up there, you know? That thing had a big old head. A pumpkin head.
Have you heard the urban legend of the crying woman? A young woman was studying late one night in her dorm when she decided to take a break and go to the bathroom. So she made her way out of her dorm and into the corridors towards the bathroom. However, once inside the bathroom, she started to feel a little bit uneasy, but decided to ignore it and carry on. However, once she closed the door behind her, she started to hear a noise as if a woman was crying in the bathroom with her. This worried her, as she was the only one in the bathroom late at night and nobody else was in there, and yet the murmuring and the cries were getting louder. She peeked out of her cubicle to see if somebody was there, but she saw nothing, and as she did, she started to hear the voices get louder and they started to say, "Recite." So she pulled her head back into the cubicle and slammed the door behind her, but the voice kept saying, "Recite," as it cried. So she quickly finished up and decided to get out of the bathroom as quickly as possible. But as she stepped out of the cubicle, she screamed, seeing another woman sitting there. And then all of a sudden she was gone, like she was never there.
No.
She ran back to her dorm, but then screamed again when she saw another figure standing outside her door.
No.
And then just like the first time, she was gone. Freaked out by all this, she decided that her eyes were playing tricks on her and she decided to go to bed. But that night, it felt like someone else was in the room with her. And so the next day, after class, she decided she would talk to her professor and ask if there's anything she should know about this school. She told him the story of what happened last night, as well as the words that the figure kept repeating to her, "Recite, recite," and if that meant anything to him. To which he said he'd never heard anything of this sort at the school, but he did know what the words meant. They were Latin, and they translated to "look up," which is when she realized that the one place she hadn't looked was up, and it haunts her to this day, what she could have seen if she had.
Like, you talk about, like, she just went back to sleep and thought her eyes were playing tricks on her. Come on now. So how can you see something like that and just think, oh, maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me? Do you guys ever have that happen? Your eyes play tricks on you like that, where you see ghosts that aren't there? My eyes don't play tricks on me like that. That's just a little weird. And on top of that, I don't think I'd be able to go to sleep that night.
When the dark web reveals the truth, this video was posted anonymously on the dark web with this title. It shows real images of giants from ancient times, accompanied by a message. Here's the truth about giants. In ancient times, colossal creatures reigned as absolute masters, casting a shadow of terror over the land. These titanic giants were the living embodiment of fear and dread. Their footsteps resounded like cataclysmic thunder, causing the earth itself to tremble with every step. Their massive bodies, bristling with huge muscles, seemed sculpted from the darkest nightmares. Their eyes, gleaming with an unearthly glow, stared out at the world with an unhealthy gleam. Their shrill roars tore through the air, sending shivers through the hearts of the bravest. These ancient giants moved with deliberate slowness, as if aware of their own overwhelming superiority. The landscapes they traversed were marked by their passage, with uprooted trees and shaken mountains bearing witness to their devastating power.
You see them big old giants, like, I mean, obviously those pictures are fake, but a couple of them really look like scary, honestly. Have that walking around your neighborhood? Fuck out of here. Get out of here with that shit.
This is why you should never go collect free things from a Craigslist ad. A young guy was mourning the loss of his dog, who had sadly passed away out of the blue. And while surfing Craigslist ads one night, saw an ad for a free puppy. So he jumped on his phone and contacted the guy straight away to find out if the puppy was still available. The guy said it was, but asked him a weird question: how old are you? And the boy replied, I'm 20. Why? And the guy said, I just wanted to make sure that you'd be around long enough to take care of it. So the boy got the address and set off towards the house. But the closer he got, the more desolate and empty it felt, until his GPS was taking him through the woods. After half an hour, he finally got there and parked outside. So
you can keep that
guy,
puppy after
I'm
that.
outside, are you home? And the guy replied, yes, come round back. So he walked round to the back of the house, but there wasn't a back door, only a cellar leading down. So again, he messaged him that there was only a cellar door. What should he do? So the guy replied back, yes, the cellar door. Come downstairs, we're just tending to the puppy. To which he replied, no, I'm not coming down there. Why don't you come up with the puppy? And the guy said, sorry, I can't. The puppy's running around.
After that, I'd be turning around and leaving.
So the guy was
I'm
like,
not doing that.
I'm coming.
You can keep that puppy.
The cellar door and had a look
You feel
down.
me?
It was too dark to see
Keep that
much, so he
puppy.
made his way down. And once down there, he saw an open door leading down a corridor. Until finally, he was in an empty room with no person or puppy around. So again, he messaged him, I'm here, but I don't see the puppy. And the guy replied, no, you are the puppy.
Oh, hell
Freaked
no.
out by this, he replied, what are you talking about? I'm out of here. To which he sent a final reply, old puppy passed away, mother was sad. So we put an ad out for a puppy and you came. We're really happy to have you in the family, puppy. Now be good, or I'll send mother down to train you. And just as he finished reading the message, he heard the cellar door above him slam shut and lock.
Damn, my man got set up in a booby trap. Damn booby traps. And see, take lesson from this guy. Don't be going and getting them free dogs from Craigslist, them free puppies. Yeah, if this is a true story, that guy learned his lesson, you know what I'm saying? Because that's being desperate wanting a dog, you feel me? I mean, I know dogs are a man's best friend, but that day, that man got himself in a sticky situation trying to go get a free puppy.
In 1995, while constructing the Dragon Pillar on Yan'an Elevated Road, workers couldn't get the foundation pilings to the required depth. Despite consulting several feng shui masters, no solution was provided. A monk believed to be from either the Jade Buddha Temple or Longhua Temple arrived as a beacon of hope. He performed a religious ceremony, instructing that the pillar be decorated with 9 dragons. For underneath this very spot lay the resting place of Shanghai's guardian dragon. After his ritual, 7 pilings were successfully placed. In a dark twist of fate, mere days after the construction's success, the selfless monk met his tragic end. Whispers filled the city alleys, claiming that this tragedy was the price for unveiling the secrets of the guardian dragon.
10 haunting hotels that'll make you sleep with the lights on. First up, the Stanley Hotel in Colorado, a real-life horror story that inspired Stephen King's The Shining. Next, California's Queen Mary Hotel, a retired ocean liner where phantom sailors roam the decks. The Skirrid Mountain Inn in Wales, where guests report unsettling encounters with a long-gone hangman. Florida's Biltmore Hotel, a luxurious haunt echoing with Prohibition-era gangsters. The Banff Springs Hotel in Canada, where the ghost bride's wails fill the corridors. Hotel del Coronado, also in California, haunted by the sorrowful spirit of Kate Morgan. Chateau Marmont, a Hollywood icon teeming with spectral stars who checked in but never left. Texas's Emily Morgan Hotel, a stone's throw from the Alamo, is said to harbor the restless spirits of fallen soldiers. Across the pond, London's Savoy Hotel, a luxurious labyrinth where ghostly butlers still offer their services. Lastly, the Langham Hotel, another London establishment, with a room so haunted that even seasoned guests dare not enter.
Wow. Hit him with that Owen Wilson, wow. Wow, ka-chow, Lightning McQueen. Man, you know, I'm sitting here thinking, like, how the hell are these hotels even staying in business if they're that haunted? You would think guests would just stay away from those hotels, but I will say that some of these hotels had the most badass names I've ever heard for a hotel. Gotta admit that. Alright, that's a wrap for this video. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. And also, don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest videos. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you next time.